So what do we have there then? It looks like a wing and a mud flat and some scrap rusty metal and loads more scrap rusty metal. Oh, forgot to mention that I've painted the wheels in limestone. Not actually limestone, but limestone colour. Smartens them up a bit. And we've got the footwell out. Pretty easy to get out. Just take your time and drill out all them spot welds and she'll slide out. Just got this to fix here. So we'll cut this out around there and put a new piece in there. I'll do that once the footwell's in, because then it gives you a better reference point to work to for the bend here. There's a crease there and a crease there, crease there, so that's probably where the bottom corner of the footwell goes. But I'll chop this out before I put the footwell in and then rebuild that once the footwell's in and weld it up. This makes it easier. Small hole on this side here. Really not bothered about that, to be honest. The only thing I'm really concerned about is the hole around the front here. And obviously rebuilding this part here. So that can be done once the footwell's in, and everywhere else is fine. All inside, all the way up. Still got a good door pillar on it. So yeah, put some red oxide on it because I didn't know whether I was going to get back on it today, and I didn't want it to rain on all the bare metal. But we're now just test fitting. And she fits nice. Fits nicely, butts up there perfectly. Nice. And the gap there is perfect too. So we'll get all this welded in then today. And obviously that lip there goes on the other side of this big flange here. I see people, you watch videos, people doing these footwells and they're cutting all these lips off and all sorts, and obviously if it's rotten, cut it off and replace it. But all this is your reinforcement. These flanges add strength, and there's a little tab here, just a tiny one on the inside. You know, that needs to be there because it's part of this part of the bulkhead, and it comes across and then tack welds to the footwell too. But yeah, I do see some half-assed hack jobs on cars. Land Rovers, I should say. Anyway, so that's that. And then we'll do another video or continue it once we get started. Well, she's welded in. It's took a while. All nicely cleaned up. Put a patch in down there to finish the floor off up there. We'll seam seal that. Can't get in with the linisher to clean up down there, but never mind. That's all on. Oh, still got to weld this up. We'll do that next. I forgot about that. I know there was something else I needed to do. So there's the patch. It's just finishing off that corner there, and it comes right across and over this tab here that comes this way, just for the floor to rest on. That's all it is, and that's really strong now, so that's fine. Yeah, so she's all in. She fitted pretty well. She don't look pretty with all them plug welds. But once she's painted up, it's fine. Done there. So you have to seam across there. That's a seam weld. Pull down the frame here. Still got to do this. I've cut it all out, ready for a new piece. Oh, be 2 pieces. Or maybe if I can get away with making, if I can make 1 piece, then I will do, but it don't really matter how you build it, as long as it's proper. So yeah, there's the flooring. Strong, absolutely solid, not moving at all. So there. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I'll just weld that bracket back on there, that support. We'll just run a weld across there, fill it, and then we'll clean it down with some brake cleaner and get some red oxide on it. And then I'll put some panel seal on it. It's like textured rubberized chassis sealer, so we don't want that rusting out. And I shall seam seal all around the joins as well, just to give it an added bit of protection. And I've already tried the bulkhead support in its holes, and it lines up perfectly. So yeah, that's a Brit part, by the way, from, I can't remember where, but it is a Brit part, even though it fits well. But as always with panels, you can never get them perfect. I mean, we've got a real tight seam, nice seam all the way down. That's a new piece anyway, so that's me. But up here, as you can see, we have like maybe 10mm, but that doesn't really matter up there, because don't forget, on the outside you've got that triangular piece that comes right out by 3 inches and up, so you can get it from there. And also there's enough on that lip to get it as well. So once that's got some seam sealer in it, be fine. But strong anyway, so won't really matter. There you go. And the floor fits. Floor fits just as well as it did before. These 2 holes line up perfectly. These never did along the back, the tub end, and they never did neither. Yeah, but there's a lot of room, a lot of play on them, and you know, you get the screws in anyway. Yeah. So yeah, we've got plenty of room to get the screws in. And that one's for the wing strap. Yeah, once she's done, she's done. And that just leaves that door pillar to do then. Well, there she is, complete. Sealed up. Undercoated. Smells. And that's rubberized paint on there. It's got a few sags at the front there. Not worried about that. All underneath. Done. That was hard to get in there. All in there. We've welded up all this, put a new plate in there, done the front, a plate in there. I actually did it in 3 plates to make my life easier, and a plate all the way down there, finishing it up. And that's painted inside with some, looks a bit messy, but I've run out of black paint, so I had to put it on thin with what I had. So I'll redo that. I'll get some tomorrow. But yeah, she's in. That's black hammerite, the smooth stuff though. That's what I use on the inside. It's more hard wearing, so your feet won't wear out the bloody paint so much. And when the rubber mat's rubbing on it. So that's the footwell done. Door shut still. So tomorrow we'll get it all rebuilt. I did notice that none of the holes are drilled for the blower and the matrix, so I've got to re-drill them, and I've got one hole for me throttle link, so I'm going to have to re-drill that because I think I've welded it up. Stupid me. Never mind. Yeah, it's all in. All painted up, all down there. Yep. Good job. Yeah. So we've got the 2 bolts here for the matrix, because that's where it sits there with a gasket, and I think there's 2 down here. Should be 2 here, so we'll have to line that up and drill them. No bother. And the blower motor, and that hole there for that throttle linkage, and that's it. So we'll call it a day and continue tomorrow.